Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Megan from Gray Arrow Tarot, and today we are going to look at what's coming next for you in love. And when I do this, I'm going to intend this to be more event and experience specific and less person specific. So you can listen to this video no matter if you are happily in a relationship or if you are single, or if you are unhappily in a relationship that you are planning to exit. If you fall into the last two categories, this can be your next relationship, your next experience, or if you are with somebody, this is just what's coming next for you in that current relationship. And I might have to be a little bit more specific at times based on those experiences, but we will get into it. We will get all the details. We will get you the information that you most need to know right now that's in alignment with your highest good. So if that sounds good to you, we can go ahead and dive right in. You can choose your group. You cannot choose wrong. Any group that is speaking to you, any cards that are calling to you, have a message for you. If you feel called to multiple groups, it is perfectly okay to listen to as many groups as you are called to. It likely just means that there are messages for you in multiple groups, and you will just need to be discerning about what messages are for you and what are not for you. And of course, that is also a general rule. This is a general reading, so not every message here is for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest for who it's meant for. This is going to be pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. And this is pile number 4. If you would like to sit with the cards for a little bit longer, you can go ahead and pause the video here. Otherwise, when you're ready, you will find the timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see what's next for you in love. Let's see, that one wants to come out. What might pile 1 be experiencing next? What's next? Ooh, all right, see, that one came out. All right, and we'll take these 3. That gets us 6. That's a good number. All right, let's see what we've got for you. First, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed, followed by the Tower reversed, followed by the 3 of Wands reversed, the King of Swords upright, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the 5 of Cups reversed. Very interesting. Let's get all of these in the shot for you. Okay, so first of all, we've got all of these reversals for you. So I feel like this is going to be a time where, like what's coming next, like immediately next in love for you, there's going to be a lot of time with you and your person, like just the two of you spending some quality time together. We'll get into kind of what might be going on during that time, but I'm just really getting this energy of like the two of you spending time together, going inward, kind of like it's hermit mode, but it's hermit mode together. And it feels really quiet and cozy to me. So, and this, I feel like even if you feel like you are more extroverted, or if you're in a relationship, like you're both more extroverted or your partner is, there is still going to be this time for you two to be quiet together. This doesn't mean one of or both of you won't be going out. It just means that for your relationship, it's more about the two of you. It's not about doing things with friends. If you are traveling, it's traveling together, just the two of you to spend time together to reconnect. But it's really just about the two of you going deeper. Like there's a new depth to your connection that's coming in. And of course, if this is a new connection for you, this is a very deep connection. This is like getting to know somebody really well. This is finding out you have a lot in common and creating a really sacred space in this connection. So just a very deep, very emotionally connected relationship. Yeah. Again, like there's lots of cozy feelings to this, which I really love for you. All right, so with the Page of Pentacles here coming up, I'm getting a few messages. So one, I feel like this is kind of stepping back a little bit from career and finances. Not that it's not a priority, not that you are not still like making money and moving things forward, but it's like I'm getting two messages. For some of you, I feel like you might have a new idea. You might have a new business idea, or a career idea. Like it's like there's a new path that you're kind of being called to, and it's just starting to emerge. And I feel like it's like having time in this relationship. Like you might be talking this over with your partner, and getting some support from them, and just maybe weighing the pros and cons of it. This is like a new idea that's coming to you that's not quite ready to emerge yet. In some cases, this might be you with a partner, like you're doing something together, and this is something that you're like building together. But for most of you, I actually feel like this is just for you. This is just a new idea, a new direction, a new path that's coming up for you. And this flower, I don't think it's a sunflower, but it's kind of giving me sunflower vibes. So I do feel like it's like you are kind of coming into alignment with something that's really victorious and open. And I feel like it's just getting a lot of support from your partner with that. And again, it's like you discussing things with your partner. It's you kind of hashing things out, what it might be. It's kind of in the dream phase. Like that's what I'm getting with this. It's like you're in the dream phase with something new. And your partner is really supportive of that for you and really want to nurture and encourage that within you. Next, with the Tower reverse, I feel like there is something about this connection, your next connection or your current connection. What's coming next for you, there is some big healing around some kind of belief system or past wound. So when the Tower is upright, let's look at this for a second. When the Tower is upright, it talks about like things that have not been serving you but were mainstays in your life crumbling to the ground. I think it's interesting we have this triangle going downward. So it is like it feels very turbulent typically when this is going on. But this reversal to me, it's indicating either that kind of thing happening internally for one of or both of you, like, but it's like in a belief system type of way. It's in a, like, it's, to me, that's always like a positive thing. It can maybe feel a little destabilizing at first when you're realizing, oh, wow, this thing I've always believed actually isn't supportive or true. I'm not aligned with it anymore. But ultimately it's like, it's an awakening that's happening. And part of that is because, again, like I feel like there's a very cozy vibe around this relationship. And with me, like if it's cozy, it's safe. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you've reached a point of safety in your connection or in your next connection where you're really able to kind of heal some old beliefs that have been driving you but not serving you. So it's shedding that and finding safety in that. But I also feel like there's something about this connection and your partner here that it's kind of like rewriting what you thought love and relationships could be. It's like it's finding new beliefs. It's healing old wounds. So it's like if there is something specifically, like if this Tower moment happened for you in the past, like there was a person that maybe you thought was going to be your forever person, but that did not work out. There's things about this connection that are healing for you. And I feel like even if you are in a relationship and you've been with this person for a while, there could be some old wound that's finally ready to be healed. Maybe something you didn't even realize you were carrying that might emerge. And this is just a really big release, but in like the best way, in the most positive way. And that's leading to, with this Three of Wands reverse, like there is some expansion that's happening here for you. Like as much as like this is, I mean, to a degree, I think any love relationship is a little bit about both people, but let's be clear, we're looking at what's next for you. So this is really about you in your relationship, in your connection. And I feel like there's a lot, like it's like new layers of you are emerging, and it's because of the support you're getting from your partner. It's because of the safety that this person is helping create with you. And of course you are co-creating that safety as well. Like it takes two people. But it's like this connection is just so healthy and stable and grounded that there is more depth to come and new layers of yourself that are being encouraged to emerge. So with this Three of Wands reversed, the Three of Wands is all about expansion. It's about seeing new horizons and seeing new possibilities and being like ready to go for it and go for them. So for this, I feel like it is. It's like you have this new idea, and perhaps even the new idea is bringing up whatever this is that needs to be healed. And as you heal that, you're expanding. And I do feel like your partner is a cheerleader in this process. Like your partner totally has your back in this. And they're very willing to support and encourage you and be a safe place to land. Because that's the thing about expansion, that like as much as like it is fun, it can also be very uncomfortable. So having this person have your back is, I think, just really, really supportive and really allows for this unfolding, allows for this evolution. Now with the King of Swords here, I feel like what I'm getting is like there are things that you have either needed or wanted to do that you have held back on that you are now taking action on. The King of Swords is about thoughts and also actions. Like the sword is in the mind, it's communication. Like I feel like there might be something that you have been wanting to communicate, and I feel like this is outside of the relationship. It's like because this relationship has created so much safety, and it could even be with your partner. If there is something you've been wanting to communicate with your partner, this is you being able to communicate that. Like maybe you need to do a certain amount of healing before you could fully express something. But I'm feeling a real sense of expression, a real sense of putting yourself out there. And I do think this is within the connection, but I feel like it's like your throat chakra is really opening here. Like I'm just noticing the blue that we have in this card. There is a big expansion in what you're saying, what you're expressing outwardly. And it might start in your partnership because, again, like I feel like this is really safe and supportive. So I think like your partner would encourage this kind of honesty. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what's emerging for you. They want to know what's being expressed. For some of you, I don't know if you necessarily realize this is something that you need to express. Like some of you, I feel like it's like, you want to say it, but you don't know how, so you've kind of been keeping it back. But for others, and I actually think most of you, this isn't something that you're even aware that you have to express right now. It's like, I do feel like it's like you do this healing work, you have this expansion, and it's like this is just something that you come to realize you've actually needed for a while. And there's just a level of safety and support in this connection that puts you in a position to really be able to express it. And for some of you, I feel like it's a direct need within the relationship. For others, it's like there's just something different or more that you're wanting from life that you didn't quite realize. And you're just ready to express that. It's like it's a new dream that's emerging. It's something bigger that's ready to move forward on, that you're ready to move forward on. And it starts with just expressing this. I also think it's interesting that this character, is actually, we have two of them next to each other. All of these cards, to a degree, this one has others, like they're all have characters that are looking to the right, which is looking to the future. So it's interesting here. It's like, here's the past. So it's like we're healing the past and like kind of letting things like bubble a little bit so that we can move forward. And I do think that's kind of what's happening next for you. But the biggest message that I'm getting for you with regard to what's next for you in love is just like this really safe and healthy and deep connection, and just a deepening of that connection that's facilitating so much for you. Like it's as much as this is about love, it's kind of not. It's about you. And there's a lot that's emerging for you because of this type of connection that's been created here. Because I'm moving on here with the Ace of Cups reversed. Man, this is a new sense of self. This is a new relationship with yourself. This is something new that's emerging again. And it's like you are meeting yourself in a new way. There's just something really big and really new that's coming out of you. And it's very healing. There's just a new side to you that you are now comfortable expressing, more comfortable owning, more comfortable connecting with. And again, it goes back to like this person within your relationship, they're going to be very encouraging of that. And I feel like it's also like if there are pieces of this that you are unsure of, if there are things that you aren't sure, that just feel unstable as this version of you is emerging, as you're connecting to yourself in this new way, that person, your person, is here to have your back. Like they are here to support you. They are here to encourage this direction. They are here to be a safe place to land. And I'm just really feeling like there's just this big emergence for you. And it's because of the safety that you have created or co-created with this person. it's like, again, it's like, it's an evolution to you. It's like you're becoming more yourself. It's like, it's just this opening. There's just this really beautiful opening that's coming for you. And that leads us to this Five of Cups here. Like, I feel like your perspective is changing. This Five of Cups reversed, to me, like what I'm getting is like you're understanding why things didn't work out in the past. Things that used to be disappointments, things that you saw at the time as disappointments, you're not seeing them that way anymore. You see why they had to happen so you could get here. And specifically what I'm getting with is past relationships. Like, if there are past relationships that did not work out the way you wanted them to at the time, and maybe you were really disappointed or heartbroken, what have you, it's like you're understanding why you needed this person. Like, it all got you to this place. And why I don't necessarily believe that like we need to be grateful for every bad thing that happened to us. I do think we can find things to be grateful for in bad situations. And we can be grateful for where we ended up despite the bad thing. And I feel like it's that kind of perspective that's emerging for you. So like, things that didn't work out in the past, but again, specifically with past relationships, even if you would rather they didn't happen, you can at least be grateful that it got you where you are now and with this person. And even if you don't quite have this perspective yet, I do feel like this is what's emerging for you. There's just a deep sense of gratitude for where you are. And this beautiful, like I'm noticing how these cups are kind of playing off of each other. Like, it is this kind of fluid situation where we have a cup here that's like pouring and leading to this one, which is pouring into this cup that's up right down here. And I am feeling it's like you are really seeing all you have. You are seeing all you've created for yourself. Like, there's just such a boost in self-confidence that I'm getting. And part of it is, I feel like you have done the work, like you have done the work to get yourself here. But part of it is also just that you've put yourself in a really healthy situation with this person. And they are supportive of you, and they are contributing to the growth in your confidence. They are definitely somebody who is building you up, who is supporting you, who is giving you a lot of validation. And in a way that's like, not that you need external validation, but it's more in the sense of like, they are really encouraging you to be exactly who you are. And they are validating what's coming up for you, and really great at holding space and just encouraging you to be you, which I think is just so beautiful. Let's get some oracle cards on here. What else can you tell us about what's next in love for group number 1? We've got 2 that flipped over. End of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. So I feel like if either you have personally had a tough cycle, like if you're in a partnership right now where you are happy and you have personally had a tough cycle that is ending, and like this is, to me, it's like it's creating space to heal. It's creating space for you to heal from whatever might have been going on for you. And I think this person is really supportive of that. If you are either single or exiting a tough cycle, a tough relationship with somebody, this is what awaits you in your next connection. There's a lot of healing energy. There's a lot of support. There is a lot of encouraging for you to be you. So you are really, you're really putting yourself in a really good situation. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so I feel like this is a more specific message for you, that like, if there is something that you are worried about or seems like it's like you've experienced a really negative outcome, no, it's not set in stone. You have more power than you realize. You can shape your future. You really have the ability to shape your future. Nothing is set in stone. You don't have to stay on the path where you're on right now. And I feel like, especially with that, to me, I'm feeling like this is connecting to this Page of Pentacles reversed. And even like all of this, the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Cups reversed, like, you don't have to be who you used to be. You don't have to stay the same. You don't have to stay on the path that you're currently on. Nothing is yet set in stone. You can move things. You can change things. You can change your path. And you should know that if you decide to do that, there's an environment here that's really supportive of that. Ooh. All right, that's too many cards. We will take the top one. We've got the Explorer, which, yeah, totally makes sense. First of all, I love that on this card we have the heart down here. And And we've got an eye up here because it is like you are genuinely exploring things. You are seeing things in a new way, but also you're feeling into things differently. I feel like your heart is shifting. What matters to you is shifting. And again, like I'm just getting so much support for you from this connection. Like if you want to go somewhere, if you want to take a week away because like you feel like you need to disconnect and reconnect with yourself, your partner is going to be totally supportive of that, whether it's going with you or creating space for you to go by yourself. Like whatever you need, I'm just getting like this person totally has your back. And it's just really, really expansive. So I do feel like there's a lot that you're exploring, I think, within yourself, but also within what's possible for you and what's next for you. And possibly even like for you and your partner, like what you both want out of life might be changing and evolving for both of you. So be open to things right now, or in this connection, in your next connection, be open to this experience because there is a lot to be uncovered is kind of what I'm getting. All right, let's see what else we've got for you. Pile number 1, any last messages? We've got 2 that came out for you. First, persevere, leave no stone unturned. Yeah, this perseverance I can see being important because I do think there are going to be times where it's going to feel uncertain. I don't feel like this is within your relationship, but I feel like this is for you, that you might be feeling uncertain about your direction. But this message here is really encouraging you to persevere, to keep moving forward, to keep being open, and just to keep exploring, keep staying in that explorer energy. And next we have relax, delight in powdered gold sunshine. Yeah, create space to relax. Create space to relax with this person, create space to relax by yourself. Don't feel like you have to rush through this. Don't feel like you're a burden. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. If this person is truly right for you and if they are truly in this energy where they are supportive of you, they're not going to see you as a burden. They're going to be really happy to be able to be there for you in this way. So do what you can to let yourself relax and move through this phase because there's something that's just so beautiful that's emerging for you. And again, like I am getting some like low grade travel where like perhaps you two will travel together. Like there's just such a nurturing, like I'm almost getting like nurturing cocoon energy. And you're really being encouraged to relax into that, which I absolutely love for you. But on that note, pile number 1, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you in future videos. If you'd like a more personalized experience, you can always find readings linked below, personal readings, I'll link to them below in the description box. And if that's not for you, but you do want to support the channel, there is also a donation link. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what's next for you in love. What's next for pile number 2 in love? Let's see, we've got a couple that flipped over. Let's get you a few more. All right, that's a lot. Oh, no, it's not as many as I thought. We'll take it. Let's see what we've got for you. First up, we have the High Priestess. Always love to see her here. Followed by the 9 of Pentacles. Next, the Wheel of Fortune. The 10 of Swords. This is very interesting. Temperance. And the King of Cups. Well, I love this energy for you right off the bat. Let's get everything lined up here for you. Okay, so one message I was getting, first of all, everything that came out for you is in the upright. So I feel like this is a time where it's like you're really moving things forward in your relationship. So whether you're with somebody or not, like there's real progress to be made for you next. I also feel like I was kind of getting the sense when these first few cards were coming out that like specifically if you've had a difficult period and then when the 10 of Swords popped out, I feel like for most of you, you have. Like there's been some kind of turbulence. It could be in your relationship, but I almost feel like for most of you, actually no, it's feeling kind of 50-50 split. For some of you, it's that you've had turbulence in your life and it's taking you a little bit away from your relationship, I think, more than you would want. So there's like this energy of like coming back to that, coming back home, like being able to give this the time and energy that you really want. But then for others of you, if you've either had a turbulent time in your connection, this is like coming out of it, or if you were previously in a more turbulent or just unsupportive relationship, this is you getting into something better in the future. I feel like in the not too distant future, honestly. But let's dig into this a little bit more card by card. Actually, before we go card by card, I also want to note that we've got 3 major arcana cards here. So I do feel like you are coming up on a very significant time for your romantic life. So there could be, like, this could be, if you are single, this could be a new person coming in being the person, or just a message like your next person is going to be your person. Or it's like, if you are with somebody, this is an energy of like really deepening the connection, of really like coming together in a new way. Like it's like building a new foundation of support. Specifically, I'm getting a little bit emotionally with the King of Cups coming up here, but there's like this just, it's like a rebirth to a degree. And I feel like even if you feel like your relationship is pretty strong, like this is like it going to a new level. There's just this overall, this deck in particular, or this group in particular, is very, very positive. There's just lots of positive energy, lots of like clouds clearing, and just real uplifting, up-leveling energy. So now let's get into this card by card. First, over here with the High Priestess. So yeah, of course, I love the High Priestess. She's one of my favorite cards. So for her to come up here, like one, I'm getting a sense of balance. We have both that with like her pillars here, with the black and white pillars speak to balance, but then also with the Temperance card. So we have that message echoed a couple of times. So I feel like this is like a relationship that's really coming back into balance and helping you come back into balance. Like there's just a really beautiful, again, there's like a foundational energy that's being established here. And I'm also noticing we have like this High Priestess, she's dipping her toe in the water here. And I'm wondering if there's something that you might be dipping your toe into, specifically with regard to your relationship. So either something new, you and your partner, if you are with someone, you might be trying together. It could be taking a class, new hobby, or just something new that you are experimenting with together. Or if you're not with somebody, it is like dipping your toe into the relationship pool. It's like just seeing how it goes, but like there's not an urgent energy here. Like this is a very supportive and like slow evolving, but in a good way. Like it's not rushed. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to take a long time. It's going to take however much time you need it to take. But the point here is that it's not rushed. Like there's a real experimental energy that I'm getting with this card in particular. It's just seeing how it goes, feeling into it, checking in with yourself and with your person, just to see like how things are going. There's also, of course, with this card, there's inherently a deeply intuitive nature. So for what I'm getting is like you and your partner really syncing up, really kind of starting to get each other. It's like, like I feel like whether you have had this in a romantic relationship or not, typically I think most of us have at least one person in our lives where we kind of know what they're thinking. Like if something's going on and you're both in the same room, you know exactly what that person is thinking, whether it's a friend, family member, what have you. I feel like that's really coming into your relationship. And I feel like specifically if you are single or like exiting an unsupportive relationship, this is like your next person coming in. It's going to be someone who's very in tune with you. And I feel like this is a reciprocal energy. Like you are naturally probably someone who's very in tune with others. Like you can read the room, you can read that energy really well. This is someone who's going to be able to reflect that back to you and read you and meet your needs with a lot more attunement. Of course, this doesn't mean, you are always responsible for yourself. Your partner is always responsible for themselves. But anytime we're in a relationship, like there is a certain amount of like recognition and attunement to each other, I think, when we're in a healthy relationship. So that's what I'm getting coming in. This is somebody who's just going to know you very deeply and be able to pick up on, like if something's off with you, they're going to notice, I think is really the point here. And I feel like even if you are even in a connection where you feel like this is already true, this is an even deeper level of that. Like that's what I'm getting here. If you are in a connection where all of like what I'm saying here is feeling very true already, this is just going deeper. This is just a deeper level of connection. And it also just feels really expansive. Like I'm being drawn to the energy that this character has behind her and how it's like this vortex that's opening. There's more available. I think that's kind of the message. There is more depth to this relationship than you might realize. Like on the surface, wherever you're at now, there is a deeper level to go. And that's what's coming next. It's starting to tap into that deeper level. Then over here now with the Nine of Pentacles, there is so much enjoyment coming to your relationship. Like I'm getting like you and your person just like really enjoying time together. Nine of Pentacles is the energy of like you get to like reap the rewards, reap the fruits of your labor. So like there's been seeds that have been planted. And for a lot of you, I feel like it's almost like I'm kind of getting this energy of like you and your person have done their independent work. Like you have done whatever work you need to do, whatever you need to heal to be able to enter this Nine of Pentacles energy together, to be able to enjoy each other, to enjoy life together. There's just a lot of deep enjoyment that I'm getting here. And it's like, there's this sense of like letting go of worries. So this doesn't mean like you don't have problems, but it means like you kind of start to tap much better into what problems can I control? What problems can I do something about? And if you can take action, you take that action. Like you don't stay stuck in a worry place. Like if there's action to be taken, you take it. And if there's not, you are much better able to release it than perhaps you have been in the past. And I feel like it's like getting to this place of just where you don't worry about what you can't control. And there is just this like and I feel like that's part of what's creating an ease. I think it's really interesting how this character, like she's touching the pentacle with one hand and then she's holding the fruit with the other. So there is this, I feel like it's like as you let go of worry, things just get easier. Things come to you more easily. I think things come to this connection much more easily. So there's just this real sense of like letting your guard down. And I think also too, it's like letting your guard down with each other. Again, it comes back to like this depth. To get into this depth, there has to be a level of vulnerability. And I think it's going to come out very naturally. Like this environment has been created for that. And it's just, that's what takes you deeper is there's a willingness, there's a safety to enjoy each other, but also to go deeper with the vulnerable stuff. And all of that is leading to this really beautiful transformation. We have with the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune speaks to change. So this is where it's like, especially if it's upright, it's like things getting better. Change happening in the positive. Like the wheel is always turning. That's kind of the rule with this, is the wheel is always turning, no matter where we are in life. This card coming up tells me like you are on an upswing. So if there are things that you have struggled with in your relationship, and when I say struggle with in your relationship, for some of you, it might have been like you've been at odds with each other, but that doesn't have to be the case. It can also be shared problems. And like what I am getting for some of you, if there have been financial struggles in your relationship, like it is like both of you collectively turning this wheel and coming out of that. So it's that kind of energy too. You can take it how it resonates for you, but there is just this energy of whatever you may have been struggling with, really coming out of that and really finding a greater sense of ease and understanding. And I do think part of it, like it goes back to this depth and this joy that you're able to access. Because when you're able to go there, you're deepening your relationship, you're deepening your connection, you're deepening your sense of I think, safety within this connection. And all of that is going to help open you up to more possibility. So it's not necessarily that like, you know, one or the other of you is like transforming each other. It's just this idea that like when you have healthy connection, you flourish. And that's kind of what I'm getting here is that there has been a shift. I feel like it's created by this energy, this High Priestess and Nine of Pentacles energy. And all of that is leading to a really beautiful transformation. And it's really leading to a really beautiful shift in your relationship. And all of that's adding to a big up-leveling in quality of life for both of you. Because then here with the Ten of Swords, to me, like this is energy clearing. This is clearing out things that are not serving you, things like clearing out struggle. You know, this is, if you take a look at this, we have somebody, he's got 10 swords in his back. Tens in tarot are like the completion cycle. It's closing out a cycle. So you've got this character who's been struggling. Like things have not gone well for him very clearly. And yet the clouds are clearing. You have the sun rising. There is a reason to be hopeful. And I feel like it's that kind of energy that is coming in for you. So again, for some of you, this might be within your connection. But for others, or for others of you, it's like this is like releasing past relationship crap, we'll say. But for others of you, I do think this is like any struggles that you've had as a couple. If you are partnered, this is like that clearing and you rising up together. And now with the Temperance card, I'm getting two messages with this one. So the Temperance card can really speak to balance. It can also speak to a little bit of alchemy. And I do think there is a nature of, or an element of balance here. We do have like both fire and water going into this cauldron. So that is the idea of like you kind of like you've got this like fire to feed the flame, to feed the spark, but water to kind of keep you emotionally in touch and emotionally grounded. So I think this is, again, like there's a real balance coming to your romantic life. But also, again, like it goes back to this change where I feel like it's like alchemizing. It's taking things, maybe even taking undesirable things and turning them into something good and valuable. So if there is something that you've been working with or working on that just has not been working out or going how you want it to. Again, for a lot of you, I'm getting finances, but that doesn't have to be true for you. This is you kind of seeing your situation and going like, I'm going to make this work for me. I'm going to figure it out and going from there. And the next here with the King of Cups, this to me is what's really giving me like the deep emotional resonance that I feel like is really ready to come through for you. The King of Cups is a very emotionally grounded character. If you are not currently in a relationship or you are interested in a new one, this could be someone new coming in with this kind of energy where they are very emotionally grounded, very emotionally regulated. Doesn't mean they don't discard, it doesn't mean that they discard logic. They absolutely use their heads and their brains and they see logic as a very valuable thing. But the King of Cups understands the power of emotion and understands how to connect with emotion in a really healthy way. Like that's the thing with the Kings is in all of tarot, they are the mature character. They've reached like the peak maturity of that emotional connection. The Queens too, like the Queens and the Kings are very similar in that regard. Like that's when like Queens and Kings are the mature figures. They have different energy, like one being more masculine and one being a little bit more feminine. So like with the King coming in, like this is just somebody who is just very grounded, but also very emotionally led, very emotionally intelligent. So if you are looking for a relationship, this could be your next partner is going to have this kind of energy. If not, I feel like one, your partner could be embodying this more if you are currently with somebody, or two, this could be an energy that, like, again, we've talked about that emotional depth coming in back here with the High Priestess energy. That to me is like the key aspect is emotional health. And I feel like it's like you and your partner getting to a really beautiful place of emotional health. Again, even if you've been, or you feel like you've been emotionally healthy previously, or your connection has been emotionally healthy previously, this is a deepening of that. This is getting more understanding and clarity. This is having more positive conversations about feelings and emotions and what's going on for each of you, and really hearing each other on that in a new way. So it's all just really, really expansive, really transformative, and really joyous, which I love for you. All right, let's get some oracle cards on here. What else does group 2 need to know about what's coming next in love for them? These cards are kind of all over the place. Here we go. We got one. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. What have we been saying about this balance? Yeah, there is balance that is really being restored for you. I also feel like you are being encouraged to lean into having both of these aspects in your connection, both spirituality and practicality. So if you feel like you've been leaning too far one way or the other, now's the time to be more mindful to bring both of these pieces together, because that is really where we thrive. We do need practicality. Like it is helpful, it is supportive of us, it gives us that structure, but spirituality is also really helpful and supportive of us. it gives us like expansion. It gives us direction. So we need a little bit of both, and we can get out of balance if we lean too far one way or the other. So just keep that in mind. But overall, for me, it's this balance that's really jumping out. There is just a real sense of balance coming for you. And for those of you that are not in a relationship, I feel like this is especially true if you felt imbalanced relationships in the past. Like your next connection is intended to be very balanced, and just very uplifting event. I'm getting. Actually, I want to put this one in the center. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. What else for group number 2? What else can you tell us about their next connection? Okay, first up, we have nature. So I'm wondering if, I said your next connection, it's not next in love. So I'm wondering if you might be, I feel like you are being encouraged to spend more time in nature with your partner. And if you don't have one right now, it's like encouraging, like in the future, that might be something that's really, really important for the two of you, is like that's something you will naturally be drawn to do. And we've got death. So yeah, more change and transformation. More change and transformation. So what I'm getting to, I'm going to dig into these cards a little bit longer. With this nature card, I feel like it's like, what I'm getting with this is really, it goes back to this high priestess message of not rushing. You know, there's the quote that's coming up for me. I forget who said it, but it's something along the lines of like, nature doesn't hurry and everything happens exactly as it's meant to, or as it needs to. Like everything gets done in nature. The flowers bloom, the leaves fall, all of the things get done. But there's no rushing. Like we just know, oh, this is like apple season. You know, that's when the apples are on the tree. We don't rush that. We don't try to make it apple season 3 months early, right? Like that's just apple season is apple season. So there's kind of this energy of just letting things take their time, letting things unfold as they need to. It's I think also a little bit more with this Nine of Pentacles about just enjoying where you're at and not worrying about what you can't control. And just doing your best to really, really release that worry and that any fears that might come with that. Because ultimately with this death card, with death is always rebirth. So there are things that I feel like are changing for you. I actually feel in a lot of ways, I feel like in general, I always feel like the death card is a more positive card. But I feel like for you, it's like the things that are dying are things you want to die. It's things that are not serving you. It's things that are really frustrating you, I think, even to a degree. And it's ending those cycles. So don't feel like you have to fight this. Just allow it to happen. Allow it to unfold. And let's see, any last messages for group number 2 about what is next in love for them? Got one. I'm going to get one more for you. Flip over. Ooh. All right, we got 2 more. One fell on the table, one fell on the floor. Okay. First up, we have move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So again, I feel like that goes back to this high priestess energy of dipping your toe into something new. Whatever that means for you within this connection, lean into that. Try something new. Don't stay where you are. It's going to be really important for, I think, the growth of your romantic life and connection. Then we've got dream. So yeah, I feel again, it's this energy of like things are shifting for you. So let yourself dream. What do you want to happen for you? What do you want in your life? What do you want your life to look like? Don't be afraid to dream about it. Even if you have some things that you're still kind of moving through, now's the time to start connecting with the energy of change, with the energy of what's possible for you. Let yourself lean into that. And breathe. Yeah, give yourself room to breathe. Again, this is that no rushing. No rushing, minimal worry, only worry about the things that you can take action on. Connect with your breath, come back to yourself, come back to the present moment. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to fix everything. I think that's a message that seems to be important for you. And on that note, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really love to have you. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find that information linked in the description box below always. And if a personal reading is not for you, but you still want to support the channel, I do have a donation link available. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go into further supporting the channel. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we are going to dive right into this. I am filming this during Mercury retrograde, and despite the fact that I typically fit like 8 to 12 readings on the memory card that I use, I did 2 readings and it told me it was full and it cut off the beginning of your reading. So I didn't get very far into it, but I did lose me shuffling the cards and all that. And I don't want to reshuffle. These are the cards that came out for you. I want to dive right into that. So we are going to get into this. I am just going to go through. I'll show you the cards. We've got the Hanged Man, the Hierophant reversed, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Wands reversed, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. All right, so what I'm getting for you overall, and of course, this is what's coming next for you in love. That was our question. So the fact that we have more reversals than upright cards, when this comes up in a love reading, how I tend to interpret that as, reversals to me are more internalized energy. So that's like taking the energy of the card and pulling it more inward. And because this is a relationship reading, getting this arrangement is indicating to me that like you and your person are going to be spending more time with each other. So cozy, quiet nights in, less going out, just a little bit more introverted, a little less extroverted. It doesn't mean that you will never go out and do things together, but just like what's coming next is time to each other, time for each other, time with each other. So I feel like that's a really, really like, again, it's like this cozy energy. I'm getting some real healing happening here. And I do think it's you, because this is, as much as we're looking at a connection here, but it's about you. It's what's coming next for you in love. And I'm getting a real healing energy, and it could even be for both of you, but definitely for you, definitely for you. So let's see, what else do we have here? So we do have 2 swords cards. So yeah, this could be like kind of like mental and emotional healing. I mean, we do have 1 cup card here, but I think it's more like processing things that happened in the past, seeing things from a new light with a new perspective. And it's like setting yourself free from things that I think like a perspective you used to have. So like the energy I'm getting for this, I will share something that came up for me recently. It's a little bit personal, but it's like, I feel like it captures the energy of this really well. So like recently, I was having a conversation with somebody, and I came to realize that like, as I've done, the exploration on like, do you tie your value to money, to how much you make, all that kind of stuff. And like, I feel very confident that I don't. What I didn't realize though, was that I do tie my identity to how I make money. And that wasn't something I realized before. And, like there have definitely been times where I've had to pick up like extra jobs to bridge gaps, that kind of stuff. And I always hated doing that. I had so much resistance to doing that because I felt like I had to take on the identity of this other job I was doing that didn't really feel like I was that person. Whether I like the job or not, or like the environment or not, it just wasn't me. And I really struggled then like to make money doing that thing. I had a lot of frustration around it because I felt like I had to wear the identity of the job. So I recently had this like revelation, like, oh my gosh, like one, that I do that, but 2, like I don't need to have that. I don't need to wear the identity of that job. And like, it's made money flow to me much easier. So it's kind of like that liberation, like perspective that like, there's some like perspective that you might hold that has been like with you for years, that something might happen, something might shift in your relationship, or something, a perspective your person might share that's going to help you really like free yourself from something that has kept you held down. But let's get into this a little bit more specifically, and I'll share more about what I'm seeing where this is coming up. So first, with the Hanged Man is about taking a pause. It's about stepping back. It's also about seeing things from a new perspective. So I feel like this is part of like, I'm almost getting the sense that like perhaps one or both of you are a little bit overwhelmed prior to stepping into this energy. So like if you're not here right now, that's okay. This doesn't have to be true for everybody, but I'm feeling like for most of you, it's like there's this energy of overwhelm, like too much going on. It could be heavy stuff, but it doesn't have to be. Just, you know how sometimes you're in a place where it's just like you're really busy and you don't have time to do the things you love. You don't have time to as much time as you'd like to spend with the people who matter to you. So I feel like it's like you're one of or both of you is getting to a place where it's like, this just isn't working. Like, let's just slow down. Let's just take time for each other. Let's just step back. Let's just take a pause. And it's in doing that that you start to see things from a new perspective, that you start to kind of process. Perhaps it could be things that have come up recently, but I'm just getting this idea of like having conversations and exploring things in a really unhurried way that might bring up something for you. And we'll get to this something more in a little bit because I think it's more tied to the Nine of Swords. But there's just this real, I think it's interesting if we look at this card in the reverse for a minute, like this character is almost doing a heart, almost doing the heart hands, not quite, but almost. So there is like this idea of like coming back to your heart, coming back to what matters to you. And I feel like this is really for both of you. Like there's just this reconnection energy. And again, it doesn't have to mean you were terribly disconnected, but I just feel like for a lot of you, you've probably had things going on where like you haven't been as connected to your partner if you're with somebody right now than you want that as you would like to be. And if you're not with somebody, it's like connecting with somebody, like your next person is going to be someone who's very interested in connecting with you, and really creating the space, like maybe even towards the beginning of the relationship where you have this time to really get to know each other and to just spend time together. Now, with the Hierophant reverse coming up, like I feel like there is something very unconventional that you and your partner might be exploring. Because the Hierophant, when the Hierophant's upright, this is a card of like, of tradition, of doing things kind of as expected a little bit. And for you, I feel like this reversal is like doing things outside of the box. And that could be part of what comes from this pause is it's like you're realizing you haven't quite built the life you want. And if this is a new person, it's like the two of you deciding, hey, let's do things differently. Like, let's not do things how society says we should. Let's connect. Let's move at our own pace. Let's come up with our own idea of what our relationship should look like and what direction we want to go in, how we want to approach things, that kind of thing. If you are with somebody, this is like kind of looking at, well, what we've been doing isn't working. Like what we've been doing isn't getting us the time we want. It's not getting us the life we want. Let's see how we can think outside of the box. Let's see how we can make some changes and bring more of the stuff that we want in our life so that we can be giving our time to that and just creating space for that. So to me, like this Hierophant, it's like it's thinking outside of the box. It's doing things very unconventionally. And again, there's a sense of liberation that I'm getting with this group. Like we talked about in the beginning, that mental liberation, but also like I feel like it's like it's all connected. Like once you start liberating one aspect of your life, and I feel like that's what this Hierophant is. It's like you're releasing some part of your life that feels overburdened, that feels like it's just not what you want in your life. It's not what life you want to be living. And I'm kind of getting the energy of like sometimes the things that we think of as like a short-term thing, that like, oh, I just have to get this started and then I don't have to do it again. So it's like if you are, all right, this is literally is just an example. I don't think this is true for a lot of you. Like if you're building a website, it's like, if you're building a business, an online business, you have to build the website first. And that's not going to be a continual task. That should be something that you just do once. But then if you keep tweaking the website, you keep changing things, like you keep then creating work for yourself. So I'm almost seeing this energy of like there's some kind of task or situation that you put yourself in that you thought was going to be a short-term thing. And it hasn't shaped up to be that. Like you're still doing this thing after you want it to be doing it. And it's like shedding that skin. It's really liberating yourself from that and from that energy. And again, that example might not be exact for all of you, but it's just that energy of like seeing what's not working for you, seeing what is weighing down your life and shedding that and doing it in an unconventional and really unique way. Now, with the Nine of Swords here, this is, to me, like, this is that mental liberation. This is typically a card of like mental struggle, mental strife, like the things that weigh on your mind. And I feel like this is where like there is something that I think mentally has been holding you back that you might not have realized. And this could be, for some of you, this could be something that's holding you back in your relationship. Like if there is some kind of limiting belief that you had that you didn't know you had, like I had with my identity and money thing. This could be you shedding that. So like there could be, again, like I am not even going to begin to speculate what this belief could be. But it could also just be something that's tied more specifically to you, that's holding you back. And it's like being in this relationship, your relationship encouraging you to think outside the box is helping you start to see things in a really new way, from a new perspective. And that's what helps liberate this idea from you. Because I do love this character. Like we do have these characters down here that are clearly upset, clearly struggling, but this character is just open. Like this character is just letting go. And that's really what I'm getting for you, is that there is something about this connection and this relationship that's allowing you to really let go of the things that have been overburdening you, specifically mentally. But just there is just this big release, this big liberation. And I feel like it's for both of you. Like it's in this connection, like it might start, I'm getting lots of liberation, to be honest. Like I feel like it's like each of you are doing this individually and you are liberating yourselves, but you're also doing it together. And just really breaking free, really thinking outside the box, really being open to doing things more unconventionally. And it's changing your outlook on life. Now with this Eight of Wands, I feel like this is a real slowing down. This is you. When the Eight of Wands is upright, it's quick action. It's things happening very quickly. And I feel like, again, like this is part of the energy of this group, is just like, I think you may have been doing that already. You've been taking the action. You've been busy in the world. So the Eight of Wands is here to say, like, it's time to slow down. It's time to come inward. Spend time with each other. Do things together. And build intentionally. That's also what I'm getting. Because again, with this liberation, I feel like it's shedding that skin. It's letting go of the things that have been burdening you, but it's also really building with intention and making intentional changes. And these changes, like your life might not transform overnight. Like this is laying the foundation. This is getting things in place and making steady progress. I'm not going to put a timeline on it, but it's more about making the steady progress. And I think it's freeing yourself from the need to have the instant change, to have the instant fix. And to just know, if you intentionally lay this groundwork, the transformation you're looking for is going to come to you. And then with the Four of Swords reversed here, to me, again, like this, the Four of Swords, to me in any position is a card of rest. When this card comes up in the reverse, it's like you need to stop resisting it. I feel like this is like you and your person know that. So like, again, there's this acknowledgement of like, we're just doing too much. We need to be spending more time together. We need to slow down. So it's like even your downtime, it's not filling downtime with busyness. It's not filling downtime with tasks that have to be completed. It's actually spending time together and allowing yourself to be really restored by your time together, and just by these changes that you're making. It's like kind of letting yourself sit in the anticipation and sit in the certainty of your direction. And I'm also really being drawn to how it looks like this character is like biting on the sword. It's like going through his mouth. It's almost like, it's like, again, like there's this like sense of freedom. Like I'm looking at like the way this character is all tied up and like biting on this sword. It's like the things that have been hurting you, you are ready to let go. The things that have been keeping you constrained and confined, you're ready to let go. And it's like looking at that with a new lens and accepting that like maybe circumstances brought you here, but you don't have to stay. And it's taking the time to step back and see everything for what it is that will really allow you to make the necessary changes. And I'm just seeing like this as real life shifts And this is true, again, like I feel like this is true whether you are with somebody right now or if you're not. Like this is what's coming for you if you are not. And if you are, this is again, like it's the energy I feel like you are moving towards. Now with the Six of Cups reversed, Six of Cups is a very reflective energy. So this to me, and as we're in the reverse, it's like it's looking back on your life, your situation, what have you, and really seeing it for what it is. Like that's the message I'm getting. Like you're seeing things for what it is now, and you're seeing, I feel like there are things maybe in your family and perhaps even in both of your families that it's like you're seeing things that were done that you don't want to repeat, that you don't want to keep, I'm losing the word for it, but like moving forward. You don't want to keep having it in your life and passing it on to future generations. So it's like getting very clear on what habits and behaviors you don't want. And it's like breaking free of society, breaking free of family obligations and beliefs. And it doesn't mean that you have to unless you do find your family to be totally toxic and you don't want to spend time with them, it doesn't mean that you have to cut them off. Again, unless you truly want to. But it just means you can do things differently. You can do things differently than how things were done when you were a kid. You can do things differently than your family does things. It's just getting very clear about the lifestyle you want to be living and what you want to pass on. And to me, you don't have to have kids to be thinking about this, because the way you live your life is going to affect, we all impact each other. So if you living your life one way shows other people what's possible. So if you making a change and you tell people about it, that's going to affect people in the future. Like that can also affect future generations, even if you do not directly have kids or want that. If you do though, this is getting clear on what you're passing on to them. So there is just, again, there's just this energy of real change, of real shift, of real healing and liberation, which is just so freeing and expansive. All right, let's see what else we got for you in these oracle cards. What do we have? Got two that came out. Okay, first up we have confidence is the key to your success. So yeah, if you want to make this change for yourself and for your family, whether that's your partner, pets, kids, what have you, if you really want to make this change and make these changes, this liberation, you have to be confident in the direction you're headed in. Especially if you're doing something unconventional, people are going to want to show up and tell you all of the problems, all of the pitfalls. By all means, do your research, do your due diligence, but you need to be confident that you are making choices that are best for you. You are making choices that will bring you to the life you want to be living. So there's just this real breaking free and being confident in that. And then we've got hold your vision. Yeah, don't let yourself be talked out of this. Don't let yourself be talked out of what you want. Hold your vision. Move towards it. Even if things start to get a little murky, even if you hit some speed bumps and road bumps, you can always come back and reevaluate. So I guess what I'm getting is, even if it doesn't go exactly how you planned, you want to hold the end vision. Because you might get into something and see oh, this isn't what I thought it was. This isn't the direction I thought we were going to head in. That doesn't mean you have to roll the whole thing back. It just means you have to change the path to your vision. Hold your vision. Get clear on what this vision is. What is your end result? What are you headed for? What do you want? And I do feel for a lot of you, even if you're not with somebody, these are things that you will be doing together. So it's getting clear on each other and making sure you're both on the same page. This is what we want. This is what we're going for. We will not be deterred. All right. So that's too many cards, but as always, we will take the top one. We've got the Warrior. Yeah, to me, I'm getting with these oracle cards, I'm really getting a drive. A drive towards what you want. Even though you're doing this, you're being encouraged to do it intentionally and steadily with the Eight of Wands, not for speed, but there is this constant forward motion. It's a determination. You don't have to have this thing overnight, but you have to keep making progress, keep moving forward, keep your eye on the prize, and don't let yourself be deterred. And last messages for group number 2. All right, let's see what flipped over for you. We've got 4. These are little cards. We'll take all 4. First, joy. Make time for the little things. Yes, this is what I'm really feeling with this group. It's like, this is what I feel like you are wanting. So it's like stepping back, and especially like in your next connection, it's like getting clear that, or in your next connection, if you're not with somebody, in your current connection, if you are, but like it's getting clear that like, what is actually joyful to you? And I feel like this relationship, it's like you are on the same page with that. It's that you want the joyful things. You want to do joyful things together. You just want a joyful life. So it's really building that and creating that for yourself. Then we've got grow. Yeah, you're being encouraged to grow, to nurture this thing that you want, to, again, like to be unconventional, to like create the conditions you need to thrive. I think that's what I'm getting with this is, you know, like you can't treat all flowers and plants the same, right? If you tried to, there would be some plants that thrived in those conditions, but others would absolutely wilt and die. You have to, in order to grow everything, you need to create the conditions that are needed to succeed. And I feel like for you and this connection, you need unconventional things to succeed. You need special care to succeed. Relax. Yeah. I feel like that's ultimately kind of like what you are craving right now. And that's part of what leads to this time and this like this change is that we're looking for more time to relax, more time to enjoy ourselves. You with your partner, but I also just think also independently, just creating space to be more relaxed and that's going to be positive for any relationship that you're in. Discover. Yes. Again, like I do feel like you are on a path of discovery right now. I feel like this is something like, you know, you and your current or future partner would also be going through is like you're discovering things about yourselves and you're discovering things about what you want for your life, your lives separately, but also your life together. And there's just such a period of growth and discovery here for you that like I'm excited. I hope you're excited. This feels very expansive to me and I'm excited for you. And on that note, pile number 3, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you in future videos. And if you would like a personal reading, I do have those linked in the description box below. There are some that are available year round. There are also some seasonal offerings. You can always check those out. And if you would like to support the channel, but a reading is not right for you right now, I do have a donation link below. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go to support the channel. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 4, let's take a look at what's coming next for you in love. What's coming next for group 4 in love? What's coming next for group 4? We've got, how many is that? 3 that came out. Let's get you a few more. 4. What's coming next for group 4 in love? And we'll go for one more. It's 2 more, so we'll take the top card because I don't want this reading to get too confusing. Okay. All right, so first up we have the World, followed by the 8 of Inspiration, which is the 8 of Wands, followed by the 9 of Wands or Inspiration reversed, the 3 of Materials, which is the 3 of Pentacles, the 6 of Voices, which is the 6 of Swords reversed, and Awakening, which is Judgment reversed. Okay, very interesting. Definitely excited to get into this. All right. So first of all, let's see. Yeah, you've got an equal number of upright and reverse cards. So I feel like there's a real sense of balance coming to how you might spend your time with your partner. Like there's this good balance of like going out, doing things, experiencing the world, then coming back in and spending time together. So there's just this really good balance of internal and external energies, which is beautiful. We also have 2 major arcana cards here. So this is giving me the impression that like this is kind of a significant period for you with regard to your relationships. And especially with the cards that we have here with the World coming out, that really, we'll get into that more in depth in a moment, that really speaks to a sense of completion in a very triumphant way. Judgment is kind of about answering the call, going where you're meant to be, and we'll get into what the reversal indicates when we get to that card later in the reading. But overall, like, this just seems like it's a really profound period for you. And in a good way. Like I'm getting like positive energy here with the inspiration or wands cards coming up. This is very passionate. This is very exciting, a little fiery, like fun stuff like that. I'm also noticing we have a lot of orange specifically coming up here. It's in these 3 cards, and that is very much related to your solar plexus chakra. So that is sensuality, sexuality, all of that kind of stuff. Also creativity, which is also coming up, can be tied to this 3 of materials here. So there's just lots of those energies, I think, surrounding this next phase in your love life, which is very exciting. So let's go ahead and get into this a little bit more card by card. So here, with the World card coming up, I feel like the phase you're entering into is a very, like, again, this is the World comes up when a cycle is being completed. So what I'm getting for you is, like, if you are not partnered currently, you are entering a phase where, like, this is kind of your person. Like, I do feel like you would be entering, like, your next relationship, your next connection would be your person, your long-term commitment. If it's marriage that you want, like, that's what this is. If it's not, if it's just more of the long-term partner, that's what this is. But this is somebody who is in it for the long haul, and that is a very triumphant situation there. Now, if you are in a relationship and not married, like, that could be moving towards that level of commitment and that finality. If you are already married, then this is like, I feel like it's like you two going in a new direction. It's like, again, it's like you two closing out a cycle together. Like, I'm almost thinking, like, if you're moving, if it's time to move, or if you want to just change, like, if there was a goal that you were working towards, whether it be a financial goal, a career goal, a family goal, any type of relationship goal, it's you kind of like reaching that goal and closing out that cycle. So there's this just sense of, like, triumph, victory, celebration around this card, and I think around, like, what's coming next for you. But, like, kind of the good news is, though, too, it's not like that is closing a door. Like, it's like that happens, like, you have this, like, triumphant experience, and it's opening more for you. Because with the 8 of Inspiration, this is a card of, like, deep forward motion, especially in the interpretation we have here. Like, look at how you have this character who is, like, charging forward. And, like, we've got these arrows, everything is going also to the right, which to me, that is moving towards the future. So there is just a lot of momentum in this connection, in this relationship, where, like, you are moving towards something, like, you and your partner. Like, I'm getting big teammate energy. It's like you've got this, like, you've got a goal, you're going to go after it, you're working together, you're going to make it happen. So again, there's just a lot of this, like, forward motion. I also really being drawn to this sun that we have here. Like, that's a very fiery sun. So I do feel like there's a lot of passion behind this. Yes, I do mean in the relationship, but also I feel like it's like you're going after something that you're passionate about. So it almost could be, like, also a lifestyle. Like, if there is some kind of, like, lifestyle goal that you two have, like, maybe you want to retire by a certain age, or you want to have time to travel more and create a version of your life where you can do that, or just, like, whatever it is that you might want to do and create. This is you really, like, getting, like, it's igniting a fire within you, within both of you, to move towards this goal and really create, like, a really beautiful and inspired and exciting life together. And then here with the 9 of Inspiration being reversed, like, I feel like this is a sense of ease coming in for you with regard to this goal. Especially, I think it's interesting, we have both the 8 and the 9 came up, both in the Inspiration. So again, like, this is, to me, like, when you have the cards come up in order like that, and this is a very well shuffled deck, so it's unlikely for that to have happened. So for the cards to come up like this, it is like things are moving very easily from, like, one phase to the next. And the fact that this card came up in the reverse, when this card comes up in the upright, it can speak to, like, a period of struggle where, like, you've kind of, like, yes, you've kind of reached the summit of the mountain, but you've had to really, like, push to get there. And really, it's also like you haven't quite reached the summit, but the summit's in sight. And it's like you just have to go just a little bit further and you will make it. The fact that this card came up in the reverse, I feel like it's that energy, but with a sense of ease. So you don't have to try too hard. Like, I feel like it's like the energies are supportive of you. And part of it is because you are very in tune with each other. And I think also like your situation. So as much as we're talking about this forward motion and like moving things forward, I'm not getting an impulse energy. So it's like, yes, you're moving things forward, but I feel like it also, again, it comes like with back to the energy of your reading, of that sense of balance. Yes, you're moving things forward, but also you're taking that time to kind of pause and be like, okay, what do we need to do here? Like, what's the best plan of action? And just kind of sitting with things, feeling into them, and moving in the direction that makes the most sense. I also think it's really interesting that we have these two characters here who are like connected by this line. And I do think that's you and your partner. It's like you're on the same page. Again, you're moving in the same direction. You're looking to each other for support on this journey. And now with the Three of Materials, I really love this coming up, especially in a relationship reading, because let me talk about this card for a minute. So in general, this is a very creative card. I love that we have these flowers here. So I think there is a real sense of blooming happening in this connection. It could be for both of you. And I do see that with the energy that we have here. But also, I think if you're in a situation where you can bloom together, that also to me means you can be blooming individually. So you've got this really great like energy of like things are happening for you as a couple, but things are also happening for you as an individual. And I love that we have the braid here. So it's like all of these things are coming together. So honestly, the braid is actually very much a perfect metaphor for what we were just talking about, where it's like you've got your stuff that's coming together and your partner has their stuff that's coming together. And then you both have your stuff together that's coming together. And you just kind of weave all of that into your life. And it makes sense and it looks beautiful. Like it's a beautiful picture. But also the other piece of this card, like it's a very creative card, and it's about learning from mentors and guides. But also the beauty of that is like it's a situation where like the student becomes the teacher and the teacher becomes the student as well. So it's this beautiful reciprocation. Like perhaps like and here's how I'm seeing this energy expressed is I feel like in this connection, there are some really beautiful ways that like you can teach your partner things. And like they're going to be open-minded to hearing that. But then also there's things that they can teach you. And it's just this really beautiful reciprocation where you each are bringing something different to the table to support each other and to support your life together. And you're able to work together to teach each other, to influence each other in a really positive way. And it will only support this blooming and this integration. Now here with the Six of Voices reversed, this is a card about like moving on. It's about like having outgrown something. And I love that this is coming up with the Awakening card or the Judgment card reversed. And these two coming up next to each other because I do feel like they really support each other really well. So with the Six of Voices, this is like you are leaving behind an old phase of your life. It's typically not really like a traumatic ending. It's just recognizing like, oh, I've outgrown this situation. I like to think of it as it's like graduation, especially if you liked where you were going to school, where like you had a lot of fun, you had good times with friends, you learned a lot, but your time has come to an end and it's time to graduate and move on. That's kind of like a phase that you are in. There's something in your life that is like a door is closing and it's meant to close. It's totally fine. You are going to be fully supported. It's just time to let this go so you can enter the next phase of your life. I also think, I'm going to look at this upright for a moment because we have this character who is supporting, and it is like, yeah, there's this element of support here where it's like you're about to kind of shift and like it's like it's a little bit of the Fool energy where you are taking a leap of faith. And the thing that this reversal is indicating for me is the idea that this is very much an internal journey. And I feel like what I'm getting with this is I feel like this is actually more specific to you. It could be also specific to your partner or both of you together, but I feel like this is more for you. That it's like when you're getting this much alignment, because that's kind of what I'm getting from these four cards here, is there's a lot of alignment that's coming into your life, specifically through your romantic connection and your romantic life. That just things are really flowing. And when that happens, it's going to spill over into other areas of your life. Like, our areas are not in boxes, right? Our lives are intertwined. Like, different aspects of our lives are intertwined to make all of our life. So when you have a lot of flow, ease, and alignment in one area, especially the amount that I'm seeing here for you, that's naturally going to start to shine a light on the other areas of your life that aren't so aligned and aren't so in flow. And I feel like it's like you kind of reaching a shift within you where there's parts of you that aren't serving you anymore. There's interests that you once had that I think aren't as interesting to you as they used to be. And it's new things coming in, and you like, it's just a gentle releasing of things that are not serving you anymore. And I don't feel like, because this is the reversal, I don't think this is anything big like the career or like a literal graduation. This feels much more internal to me, that it's like, it's just a shift within you. And like, other people might not notice things outwardly, but people close to you will notice that, like, oh, like, you're not jiving with that thing that you used to love anymore. It's that kind of energy. And now last, with this awakening reverse card. So I feel like it's like, as you exit, as you release whatever this stuff is that is no longer in alignment with you, you're going to have things come in that are aligned with you. And I feel like they might challenge you a little bit. But the good news is, I think you have the relationship to support you through it, or you will by the time this energy really steps in for you. But what you have here, like this awakening, I love that. Let's look at this upright for a second, where it's like the heart space that's really coming online that has this light. I think there is something that is really sparking your soul. That's what this reversal is indicating. There is something that is really sparking your soul that you are being called to. And this reversal, to me, is telling you not to fight it. Judgment reversed, one interpretation I have that I will use pretty regularly is the idea of getting out of your own way. So it's like, you're being called to something greater. You're being called to something that speaks to your soul. It might challenge you a bit. Like, I will tell you, I'll give you my example of this was tarot. Like, that was something that am a pretty analytical person. I feel like, well, I'm pretty balanced between analytical and creativity, like right and left brain. I tend to lean more right brain, which is the creative side. But still, I had enough left brain that like I had a hard time accepting all of this. It was a journey. Obviously, I made it through, and I'm so glad I did, because once I got out of my own way, so much opened up for me. And especially when it comes to tarot, when it comes to connecting with all of these energies, and being able to read and channel, like, this definitely is my calling. And I definitely feel that deeply. And I feel like it's that kind of thing that's coming on for you. It might not be tarot for you, but it might be something that like you never thought you would like or be into. That's just really speaking to you and you're really curious about. And I do think it's going to end up like you have this energy, this relationship is very supportive of you expanding in this way. And you might even find like your partner might mirror you in this way, be if they're having the same experience, that things are coming online for them. There are parts of them that might be shedding and parts of them that might be awakening. So just be open to being supported in this way, but also supporting your partner as they explore whatever might be coming online for them. All right, let's get some oracle cards on here for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 4? We've got 2. Work through your fears. This so much echoes what we were just talking about. Work through your fears, like whatever comes up here. And this, I do think this is predominantly related to this awakening card, because this is very much the energy I was getting around this, that there might be things that are challenging for you. It might bring up some fears of judgment, fears of who you might be if you lean into this thing, whatever it may be. You're being encouraged to work through these fears. But I also think it is related to whatever this is that you and your partner are like charging towards. Because I do feel like this is a big shift for you. There's some big changes, and it's like, it's very exciting, but anytime you're making big changes like this, it's going to bring up some fears. It's stretching you. This card is here just to remind you it's okay to have those fears, and it's just important to work through them. You are good enough. I feel like this is just a message you need to hear. You are good enough. You are good enough to achieve your goals. You are good enough to move in the directions you want to move in. You are good enough just for existing. And just know that. Be open to holding on to that. All right, let's see what else we've got for you. Group number 4. What else can you tell us about what's next? All right, got a lot of cards, so we will take the top one. Destruction, very interesting. So I feel like what I'm getting with this is like, again, it goes back to like the Six of Voices energy. I don't think this is like a dramatic destruction or any kind of like anything that's really chaotic. I think it's just more as like, as you come more into alignment with this really positive and uplifting energy, you are going to naturally destroy other areas of your life. But it's going to be a choice. It's going to be you realizing, I don't want to do this thing anymore. I don't want to go to this place anymore. I don't want to be this person anymore. And it's just like, to me, this is a very gentle destruction. It's a very gentle breaking down and dismembering of, again, just the things that are not serving you, specifically habits, behaviors, and interests. You are evolving. And I don't think it's in a bad way. All right, last deck for you, pile number 4. What messages do we have for pile number 4? What's coming next for them in love? All right, we've got 3 cards for you. First up, we have Dare. Take a risk and fly. Yes. Again, this ties in beautifully to both what's going on here. Like when you're coming into alignment, there is an element of having to take the risk. That also speaks to the Six of Voices, where we talked about there's a little bit of the Fool energy with this character ready to jump off this, like the cliff, the support that they've had, and branch out on their own. This is taking the risk and flying. This is letting yourself soar. Like, take that risk. That's the message. I feel like this is a season for, specifically in love and in relationships, to be taking that risk, but also like taking risks together, taking risks to have the life you want, taking risks to shift and evolve into the next version of you. Oh, we've got surprises. And yeah, this totally makes sense, because I think as you come more and more into alignment, you're naturally going to find surprises. You're naturally going to be surprised by what comes up, by what you experienced, and just the things that happen and move towards you that you are not expecting. So just be open to surprises. I feel like this is a good, fun, playful energy. It's not going to be like it's not going to be like a traumatic, blindsided energy. This is meant to be fun. And share. The busy bee should still take time to visit each flower. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of speaking to like, oh, this is very much, again, like it's in line with what we were talking about, how like the energy that you have in one area of your life is going to overflow into all areas. It's not something that's meant to be contained. So don't feel like, especially if like you and your partner are working towards something like we talked about earlier, don't feel like that means you can't focus on your own thing, or you can't spend time with your friends or family because you two have this goal together. That's not what this is about. This is about taking the energy that's coming to you and really working with it and spreading it around. This is meant to be a time where like everything is kind of flourishing for you. So don't be afraid to lean into that. Don't be afraid to give your time and attention to different areas of your life. If you do feel spread too thin, by all means, like contain it a bit, but it should, your focus should not be singular right now. I think that's the important part. And on that note, pile number 4, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonates, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you in future videos. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that info linked in the description box below. And if that's not right for you, but you still want to support the channel, I do have a donation link also in the description box. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they do go to support the channel. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.